Hey guys, it's Anna. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here and you enjoy all things Disney, mom stuff, and travel stuff, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell so you'll be notified when I upload a new video. So today's video is about our most recent Disney World trip. If you haven't seen our vlogs that we just recently released, actually two of them, our travel day and Epcot, I'll link them for you over here so you can check them out and be all caught up on our Disney adventures. But I wanted to record this video and I guess kind of share our honest experience review of the whole Disney experience. Traveling to Disney, Disney resorts, Disney food, all Disney transportation, just the atmosphere, the parks, everything. So if you want to grab yourself a cute cup of tea, because it's gonna be a long video. Isn't he just adorable? Anyways, so we went to Disney World September 27th through September 29th. It was a very last minute. It was a short trip, obviously, and we stayed at Pop Century. This was for my son's birthday, so we just wanted to kind of make it happen and let's go. So we flew out of Newark Airport, which is in New Jersey, very close to New York City. I'm in New York City if you don't know, and we always typically fly JetBlue. So we took the first flight out that they had available, which I think was 7:30 in the morning. We got through TSA. We didn't check any luggage. We had just carry-on. Got through TSA pretty quickly. The airport definitely had volume, not like a typical day, but it was busy. We got to our terminal, we got to our gate, and there was probably, I mean, I'm exaggerating, but there was like 1,000 people there. It was busy. And everybody, it seemed like everybody was going to Disney. So we had a full flight. So once we sat down, we got some snacks and some drinks. We were able to take off our masks and enjoy our little snacks. And it was also important for me to kind of like, you know, let my kids breathe a little bit. I also, when booking the flight, because I did it on the website, since they're still skipping, I think they're still skipping at the time I'm recording this, the middle seat. So I was able to book like Aiden, a middle seat, Andrew, and then I was on the other side. So I went up to the I think, I don't even know what they're called, the customer service at the gate, and I told them that I'm traveling with my kids and we just all want to sit together. So she had absolutely no issues with that, and we did that on both flights there and back. Boarding people from the back of the plane to the front, and I think it was about like maybe 8 to 10 people at a time. I do have to say, because normally it gets crazy because everyone thinks like they're not gonna get on that flight. People were pretty respectful and people were not, you know, jumping in line, and so it was okay. Once on the flight, it was okay. We, of course, I packed like a humongous bag of like sanitizing wipes and different kinds of masks. And if you've seen the travel video, I can link it again right over here. You'll see that my little guy went through quite a few masks throughout the flight because he's still little. He tends to, I don't know, chew on them, get them wet, and then he doesn't like the way it feels. So I had a Ziploc bag of fresh masks, and then I had a small Ziploc bag of like the masks that either needed to be washed or just thrown away. So I have to say our flight crew was amazing. We had a really smooth flight. Mid-flight they gave us like, I think I also showed it in my travel video. It was like a huge plastic bag. I think it had like a Ziploc bag kind of situation going on, and it was like a small water, I think a granola bar, and I don't know, popcorn or some chips. So that was the only thing we got. For the most part, I have to say people were very respectful and everyone had their masks on, and I was also very happy that my kids did very well. I mean, I wasn't worried about Aiden, you know, just about Andrew, but having those different masks and constantly, I don't know, every 20 to 30 minutes changing them really, really helped. And of course, I had him busy, and I always buy things for the flight, and if you want to see what I get, I'll link that video for you over here. Getting to MCO, we were actually the only ones in the Magical Express line. It was like completely empty. Like there was no one else there. So we checked in, they told us where we needed to go. We came up, the lady kind of has like a desk that rolls around with a huge plexiglass, and I think she asked me, you know, to put my magic band to the plexiglass, and she scanned it, and then she told us where to go, and she said that we were actually going to be the last family on the bus, and typically they want to skip, I think she said also 2 rows before the driver, but because we were the last family and 2 of us sat on one side and Aiden sat on the driver's side, but he was 1 row away from the driver. And of course, like, you know, just to back it up, she told us exactly where we were gonna bus ride there. Can't complain, everything was fine. I do have to say that the bus looked pretty full, but we were like the last ones, so we were in the front, which was amazing. Not sure if the bathroom was open to the resort in the bus, but when we took the Magical Express back home, we were actually there was actually 5 of us in total on the entire bus. There was I don't know, a mom and a daughter, I think, all the way in the back, and we sat somewhere in the middle, and the bathrooms were open, and I know that because my little guy needed to use the bathroom, so thank God for that. Got off the bus, which was probably, I don't know, one of the most amazing, like I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. We got off the bus and we were greeted by, I don't know, anywhere from 8 to maybe 10 cast members, and they looked, you know, they were all different, like maybe from management, from bell services, just regular customer service, just like a whole bunch of cast members, and they all started clapping like really loud, and they kept saying welcome home, and they were like cheering you on as you got off the bus, and I was like ready to like cry it out. So I thought that that was very special and very sweet. Also, I forgot to mention that while on Magical Express, which was like about, I want to say 10 in the morning, maybe 10:30, I got the text message saying that our room was ready. So our original plan was to leave our baggage with bell services and start our day, but since our room was ready, we skipped the front desk and went straight upstairs to our room. Once off the bus and we got our stroller and our luggage, one of the cast members came up to us and asked us if, you know, we have a room and do I know where the room is located. And since I'm kind of sort of familiar with Pop Century, I think we stayed there maybe once or twice before, once for sure, I told him that I knew exactly where to go, so we didn't need help. To our room, we definitely noticed a lot of signs that said that you have to wear your mask, and you have to social distance, and, you know, please wash your hands, and there's sanitizer stations just everywhere. So I think, I want to say we were in the 60s. Gosh, I forgot. I might just insert it for you guys over here. I think we were in the 60s, and I think we were on the 3rd floor, which was great. There was a sanitizing station right by the elevator, so you could clean your hands once you press the button. We got off, well, I should say we got on, we went upstairs, our room was ready. We had kind of like a semi pool view, which was good. We were in one of their quiet pools, which was great because it had a lot less people. We got to the room, everything was very nice, very clean, very organized, everything was put away. The remote controls were like in these baggies. I'm trying to think what else. I mean, we still had our coffee and like tea. As far as any H2O products, they didn't have anything except the facial soap / bar, and then of course the H2O products that are in those big pumps in the shower, which was also sealed, I guess, you know, just reassuring you that it has been sanitized as well. I found it to be a little odd that they had a facial bar soap, but they didn't have like a regular soap, which from what I remember, I think they always had a regular soap. I don't know. I mean, I know they were trying to take stuff away and they installed those pumps, but I figured, especially during this time, they would at least give you like a regular bar of soap. And again, I also ended up making that mistake. I should have either ordered while I was there on Amazon or brought with me, you know, like a little thing of like an antibacterial hand washing soap, but I didn't. So like I said, everything was good. We had the queen size bed and a Murphy bed. I know I said I was gonna do a tour, but we didn't do a tour of the room, but I think we did it once before. I don't know. If I have a video, I'll link it over here for you guys. I know that they don't do any mousekeeping, and we ended up having like a lot of garbage because we, you know, ordered fruits and veggies and like milk and stuff like that and cereal for the kids. So I called, I forgot what it's called, customer service. I don't know, I forgot what the button is, housekeeping. And I asked them, you know, what do I do because I have a lot of garbage? And the gentleman that I spoke with said, just put it outside your door and we'll be sure to pick it up. So we did that multiple times, and that was fine. And also, I think my kids got cold, I don't know, one of the nights, so we asked for extra blankets and they brought that, and that was it. So if you needed something, you just call them and they will come right away, pick up your garbage, bring you towels, extra blankets, whatever you needed, but they would not physically like go into your room, which is fine. So I guess I'll quickly touch on the food at the resort, and then I'll do it at the parks as well. So the quick service restaurant is completely like closed, and it's almost like it's the same entrance to the gift shop, and then you just walk, because the gift shop in Pop Century is like on two sides, and if you walk straight in the middle you would get to the quick service restaurant. I can't even think of the name. So everything was closed, and there was a lady there, cast member, and she would ask you, are you going to the restaurant or are you going to the gift shop, or both? So if you said, you know, you're going to the gift shop, she would let you in depending on how many people were in the gift shop. So there was also a queue line, so there were days when it got busy and you could see people lining up. So again, pro tip, mom tip, if it's not busy and you need to get something, a souvenir, allergy medicine, a bottle of wine, candy, whatever it is, when it's not busy, just go and do it, because there were so many times in the evening time that the line just kept like just wrapping around the entire resort and out into by Disney buses, like insane. So if you wanted to go and order food, I found this to be a little bit annoying. I know I'm pretty good with mobile ordering, but I felt like, I don't know, I wanted to look and read the menu, and of course I wasn't able to. So the cast member there, she explains to you if you don't know what you're doing. So she told me, go ahead, just order, check out, and once your order is ready, you know, you'll get a text message and you can go right up. And I think the times when I was ordering, it was like 30 or 40 minutes later for pickup, and I asked her, I was like, is this like for real? Like I have to wait 40 minutes for like french fries and green beans? And she said, no, like I can put it in right away that you're here, and you know, you'll get a text message probably in like a minute to go pick it up. I said, okay, fine. So we just kind of hung around over there, which is like trying to social distance, but it was just like a bunch of group of people. Like there's a family of 5 here, there's a family of 2 here, there's, you know, a family of 8 over here. So everyone is just kind of like hanging around waiting to go in. So once your order was ready and you went past the first cast member and you know, that whatever rope thing, you got to the second one. And then the gentleman, the cast member that was standing there, he actually physically needed to see that your food is ready. And so when it pops up that your food is ready, it tells you which counter to go to, and they had them numbered, I don't know, I think like from 1 to like 5 or 6. So then you pick up your food, it's on the tray, or it will be multiple trays, and if you needed you know, salt, pepper, ketchup, mayo, coffee, tea, soda, milk, sugar, I don't know, you would come out, and that whole entire area is completely like cleared out, and there's tables blocking everything so people can't go there. And then the cast members would ask you what it is that you need, whether it was a drink or, you know, you needed some salt and pepper and ketchup, and then they would hand it to you. Now if you decided to stay and eat it's fine. Like, there's lots of space, you could eat there. But for instance, if you said, oh, like, I want to go back to the gift shop because I wanted to pick up something, I don't know, that I need, or back into the lobby of the hotel, you can't do that. So you have to exit the resort, the quick service restaurant, and then walk around and come back. So I found that a little bit like, oh, and that happened a lot throughout the trip. I think that was like one of the most difficult inconvenience. I don't even want to call it that, but I mean, I get it. It's there for a reason, but you know, when you have a stroller and you have bags, and we were coming from Disney Springs, and you have a tray and it's drizzling, and it's like the last thing you want to do is like walk around. All right, so as far as the pool, the main pool, which is the Dippity something, can't remember, was kind of busy. So we went to the pool that was closest to us, and I think it was a bowling pin, right? That's what you call them. So it was much more less crowded, and it was very quiet, and there was like a few people that came and went, so it was nice. I mean, chairs and tables and whatever, everything else was kind of spread out, so everybody had room, but I can't say, you know, if I was sitting here, there was like, you know, 20 feet to the next family. It was pretty close. So while you're at the pool, you actually don't have to wear your mask, unless of course you're getting ready to use the bathroom, or, you know, leave the pool area and go upstairs up to your room, or wherever you need to go. So like when we hung out there, we left our stuff, we went to get food, we put on the mask, we came back, we ate, yada yada yada. So it was good, and it was nice, because I can't even imagine sitting at the pool and having like your mask on. Like, that would be just insane. One thing that we found out, which was a huge bummer, when I booked this trip, the idea was we get in early and we leave late. So I took one of the latest flights out, which even wasn't that late, but we figured that our last day was gonna be our pool day, and we're gonna shower, and we were gonna freshen up, and we were gonna get dressed and get a Magical Express and go home and go to the airport. The showers are not working. There's water running, but they took off the curtains, and it says that the shower rooms, or whatever they call it, the showers are unavailable at this point. Pro tip: if you're traveling and you're gonna have a late flight, and you're thinking you're gonna like hang out by the pool and then take a quick shower indoors, or the little shower head that they have by the pool, no. So plan to bring, I don't know, baby wipes or a bottle of water or something, like to just rinse yourself off. So yeah, that was very interesting, and I was a little bit like upset about that, because I don't recall seeing any information about that or anything. So, you know, when you have sunscreen and this and that, and it's just like, you know what I'm saying. The next thing I want to talk about is Disney bus transportation. So of course, I'm sure you know already that they have the bus, I think, separated into like 6 different zones. So I think it's 6, yeah, I think it's 6 zones. So when you're waiting in line, and if you can count like 6 families, you're not getting on the bus. If you count 12 families, you're not getting on that bus. So the Disney Springs bus was crazy packed, long lines. So, and it was, if you know Pop Century, there's no shade. It was like 11:30, and I was like, hell no, we're not getting on that. So we ended up taking a Lyft, actually, to Disney Springs and back to pick up Andrew's cake. Yeah, it was insane. I was just like, no, I can't do this. This is crazy. So we took the Lyft. We got to Disney Springs. We originally wanted to go to the World of Disney, and when we got there and I saw the line, and we went up to the cast member, and I'm like, from where you're standing, because there wasn't a tail going like around and around. I was like, from where you're standing, I'm like, how long do you think this is? And she said, I think 45 minutes to an hour from where she was. There was probably, I don't know, 50 people behind her. So I was just like, okay, that's not happening. So we went to Emirates. We got inside with no problem and picked up the cake, and we were out of there. I did pick up a margarita, which wasn't that good. I don't know. I really wanted a margarita, but it wasn't good over there. And so we called a lift, and that's it. We didn't walk around Disney Springs because it was hot. There was almost no shade. And the mask situation, which I'll cover a little bit later, it was intense. It was very intense, and it was very, very uncomfortable. That was probably one of the most uncomfortable moments I had with the mask. So I should also mention that we got the temperature screen entering into Disney Springs, which was very easy. They didn't really, you know, they didn't question anything. You came up, it's like a little tent, and they scan you and you go on your way, and that was it. So once we got back to our resort, we of course left the cake, and I don't know, we spent a little bit of time in the hotel room, and we actually ended up going to Epcot on our first day. And so we decided to try the Skyliner, which was our first time ever for any of us. And I think, like I said before, I think we were in the 60s, so we were pretty close. I mean, it was maybe like a 5-minute walk, which was great. No one else there, and if you saw those walks, like, we took off our masks and we were just walking until we got to the bridge, which I think, still don't remember what it's called for sure, but I think it's called the Generation Gap Bridge. So once we got close to that bridge, then we put on our masks, and we were in the gondola. I think that's what it's called. I keep asking you what it's called, like you're gonna tell me. We were in and we were off. I didn't realize actually how many, like, you know, times you kind of have to, well, I think we only switched once, I think. I can't even remember. But it was like, you know, you went from here, you went from there, you got off, you got on another one, and then you went here, and then it kind of like wrapped around, and then you got to Epcot. So I think when you're going to Epcot and that is available, or of course the Hollywood Studios, like the fact that, you know, you could take off your mask in the gondola. I don't think they sanitize them, by the way, so just, you know, to each its own. If you have a stroller, like, you don't have to fold it up, and it's, you know, and it's one family per gondola, which was great. So we were gonna use it back home again, because, you know, if you're a mom and you have 2 kiddos, you know, 1 in a stroller, 2 in a stroller, bags, you're tired after a long day, like folding up that stroller. Like, how many times did you see people trying to, you know, enter the bus with, you know, the stroller not being folded? It's just a mess. And then the bus driver tells them, no, you have to fold the stroller, and like dad like gets upset, you know, and the mom is like upset, and the kiddos are like sleeping. Like, it's just a mess. So the Skyliner is a really great option. And of course, in the end, that didn't happen because it rained cats and dogs. And I think, of course, that is a really big, I guess, downside to relying on the Skyliner, because as soon as it starts raining, thundering, and lightning, it's done. It's closed. So once we got off the gondola, we got to Epcot, and there was, again, we saw 2 tents. They checked our temperature, which was very, very quick. And then once we were checking our temperature, I saw that there was a tent like to the back right side. We entered by we entered from the Skyliner side, so we didn't come from the main entrance. So they scanned your temperature, and then to the back right there was another tent, and it had like, I think, a couple of mini fridges, and they had fans going. I don't know if maybe they had like a portable AC, and they had lots of bottles of water. So I think if you are not doing really good with your temperature, you get sent over there to probably like cool off and see what the options are. But while we were there, I mean, we only obviously went to 2 parks and Disney Springs, but we didn't see anyone getting pulled to the side. Security, I know people were talking about some like new security thing. Maybe they had it at the main entrance of Epcot, but it wasn't at the back side. We got security. I think he asked me like What do I have in my bag? If I have umbrellas and batteries, I said yes. He asked me to put them, I think, in a tray or in a bag. I can't remember. And with my bag, I walked through, I think it was a metal detector, and my kiddos just stand, you know, they stood on the side, and like, I think he just kind of like looked at the stroller, made me open the top and close it, and that was it. He really didn't touch anything. And went on to scan our magic bands, which was great because that also went a lot quicker because you didn't have to do your fingers, because every single time we went, my kids' fingers just would not work, and you know how that goes. I don't have to explain. So as soon as we got to Epcot, I right away saw that it was busy, but it was busy like any regular day in Epcot. Like it wasn't empty. It probably wasn't like Christmas busy, but it was a regular day in Epcot. It was like a regular day food and wine day. And also, while on the Skyliner, we checked some wait times, and they were insane. Like Figment was 40 minutes, Frozen was 80, Nemo was at some point, oh my god, I think it was like 70 minutes or something. So what we did, had some food, and then we went to do as many rides as we could, and also do a little bit of shopping. I had to get into mouse gear as soon as possible because I knew that as soon as, you know, the parks are gonna start closing, it's just gonna be a mess, and I just didn't want to wait in extra line. So we took that 15-20 minute, we got into the store, we picked up everything we wanted, and we were on our way. Ended up doing Test Track twice. The wait times for Test Track, I don't remember, I want to say it was like 40 minutes, 30 minutes, but once we got inside, like, it just moves really, really quickly. One time we were going to Spaceship Earth, but the wait time was so long and the line like wrapped around, and maybe that was due to social distancing, maybe it was because they were cleaning the ride, I don't know, but we decided to skip it. We went somewhere else, and then we came back, and it was much more doable. So while we walked around, you know, we did our rides, like, I have to say from my experience, I never once heard the announcement that they're cleaning the rides and it's just going to be, you know, an extra 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes. I've never seen not one cast member actually sanitize the, you know, the ride or the handles or anything like that. I have not seen not one cast member while we were in the World Showcase eating around the world, cleaning the table and sanitizing them. Did not see, not once. Not once. And we took a lot of breaks. Like, we took breaks, and kiddos needed breaks, you know, so we had a lot of time to kind of like stand, you know, sit and like, and people watch. And I wanted to see, you know, I really wanted to see for myself, like, how well they're cleaning. Not once did I see anyone sanitize anything. When you know, we went around the World Showcase, we were gonna do Frozen, we were gonna take the Skyliner back, then it started raining and just left, and we ended up coming out from the International Gateway, I think that's what it's called, right? And we went to, I think, Yacht Club, and we were soaked from head to toe. The rain gear that I got was not enough. I mean, it was okay, but like, I don't know, we needed probably like rain boots. So we ended up calling an Uber, well, a Lyft from Yacht Club, and that was it. And that was the end of our day one. Day two, I want to say we got to Magic Kingdom, I don't know, maybe 11. It was insane. There were so many people, and the lines were crazy, but you know, we tried to make the best of it. Again, we went to the Emporium right away. We picked up the things that we needed, and it was good that we did that, because even though the park, I think it closed at 6 on the day that we were there, but the line to get into the Emporium, like, if you can visualize like where it is, like if you can enter somewhere by Casey's Corner, like it was wrapping around like behind like Crystal Palace and over there. So like, if it kept it open, which was great, so like if you wanted to get something you could, but like you had to wait in that line, which was insane. And the park was just busy. It was so busy. There were lines everywhere, and like we were really struggling. Like, I have to say, like, yes, it was my baby's birthday, but we were really struggling. Like, without the fast passes, it was very hard. We wanted to go to the Little Mermaid because it was so hot, and having the mask on, it was awful. And we came to the Little Mermaid. The line, oh my god, the line for the Little Mermaid, I can't even tell you how far it wrapped around. Like, from, like, I think in the queue line for where you stand, like, to meet her, like the meet and greet that they had, all around, then came back outside, all around, and then like the entire queue line was packed. And I was like, that is no way. It's like I think they said it was like a 35 or 45 minute wait. I was like, no way, we're not doing it. And at the same place where Ariel, like, entrance was, that's where the mine train line started. Oh, I think if they had shaded areas, I think if they brought out umbrellas, like, kind of, you know, like how they have it in Toy Story Land, like, because Toy Story Land doesn't have a lot of shade, and the Slinky Dog, you know, line is usually really long, but they have those umbrellas. So I felt like, why don't they have that? So for you to be in that mask and waiting in direct sun, it was just very hard. I think that day we ended up doing Mine Train, we ended up doing Big Thunder, and that was it. And we were like almost ready to go, and then it rained really, really hard, and we got to do Buzz twice, and we went to Carousel of Progress. And after that, because half of the park literally clear, it rained really, we were like, again, like, we got really soaked over there in Epcot, but we got so wet, and my umbrellas broke, which if you haven't seen the video, I'll link it over here. It was like my pre-Disney shopping haul. Whatever rain gear I got was absolute garbage. Umbrellas broke, jackets broke, like, it was just a disaster. We went to Haunted Mansion. So it was just like, if it wasn't for that rain, and if it wasn't for me actually getting the jackets for my kids, the rain jackets, and yes, the zippers broke, but it kind of, like, I guess, sheltered my kids and kept them dry just a little bit, we would have left just like half of the other people. So it literally, in the last hour that we were there, we were able to do, you know, Buzz twice, Carousel of Progress was right before, well, Carousel of Progress was right as the rain happened. So once we came out, you know, we did Little Mermaid, we did Speedway, we did Haunted Mansion, we did Peter Pan. I think Peter Pan was our last one. It saved the day. So if it wasn't for that rain and for so many people leaving, we probably would have left, honestly. We would have left and just gone to our resort and just relaxed and just did the pools. Like, that's the honest truth. Long, like, I guess, like, downtime, just hanging around by Big Thunder because the line was very long, and then we figured we'll just, like, break for a little snack. And by the relaxation station, and the guy was like, it's busy, like, go find a seat over there. Went by, I don't even know, it's like right next to Pirates, so it's like indoor outdoor, so we had shade and we had the fans, and so we kind of sat there. I have to say, we were there probably anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour. There was people watching. There was a lot of people, a lot of groups of families, you know. The tables around us, nobody was social distancing. Like, everybody was sitting at every available table. On whatever tables were available, people were sitting. You know, we had one table and it was 3 of us. Next to us was a family, like, of 6. Behind us was a family of 3. In front of us was a family, I think, oh my god, I don't even know, it was like 11 people. So it was very busy. And again, because people came and people went, not one time did I see anyone come around and clean the tables. Not even, you know, like, when they just come and just, like, clean your crumbs or your spills. Not even that. So I don't know. So that really kind of, like, I mean, I know they're, you know, they're very strict with the mask, and they're saying that, you know, they're cleaning and they're sanitizing so many things, but I didn't see it. I didn't see it. The only place that I saw someone sanitize anything was on our last day when we were at the pool, because we spent probably like 5 or 6 hours at the pool. I got to see a lady that came in, and she actually had some sort of spray, all like high touch surfaces. She cleaned the tables, she cleaned that bar that goes, you know, into the pool. So that's kind of, I think I kind of touched on everything. It was definitely a very different experience. I think it's very hard without the fast pass. It's very hard. It's very hard. The lines are long. It's very hot. Oh, and the mask situation. So I will do like a separate video about it to show you. We had multiple masks, and the Disney masks I found to be the worst masks. They're very heavy, like as heavy to breathe through, and very heavy on your ears. They are so heavy. So the masks that we pretty much used all the time were these disposable masks. These worked the best. I also had a few of these masks, which were easier. I mean, I know it's not cute, but it was easier for my little baby Andrew, because, like, you know, there's some negative space here, so he didn't constantly, you know, chew on it and get it wet. So I don't know, brace yourselves for a lot of lines. Everywhere you turn, there's a line. Magic there? Yes, it's there. It's cute. It's still fine. Cast members were friendly. We did see those mini parades, I think once or twice, which was cute. There's a lot of people. I think probably what happened when those first videos came out, and Disney did say, I think they said that they were opening and they were working at a 25% capacity. I think it was just because nobody was going in the beginning, and I think now it's the 25% of people that are there. And I think it looks probably even more crowded because of the lines, because of the social distancing. So I don't know. I mean, that's kind of like, I guess, my experience. By the time you see this video, 20 things can change. Fingers crossed that they'll bring fast passes back at some point, but from what I hear, it's not happening anytime soon. I think that's it. So, you know, everything else was good. I don't know, the masks are hard. The masks are hard. It's not only like uncomfortable, like it's just, you're just sweating. I broke out on my face so bad once we get, even in Disney, it already started happening. So it was pretty much wherever I had the mask, I ended up breaking out so bad, like around my eyes, which is like I'm in my 30s, like I don't, like that doesn't happen, you know, like my chin, my neck, like my nose, it was bad. Even Aiden, he's a little boy. So I don't know, it's definitely an experience. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, you can leave them down in the comments below. And of course, a disclaimer, as always, this was my experience, this was my point of view. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you real soon. Bye.